Hey guys, Jordan here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the one thing that will supercharge your agency's growth. But first things first, as usual, like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and let's get started with this video. Now, as I say guys, there is one thing that you can implement, that you can start focusing on every single day with everything within your agency, whether that's cold calling, meetings, or even getting results for your clients. And this thing will quite literally transform your agency. You will be able to grow at a much faster rate, and that's value. Now, I'm going to be talking about two forms of value today, both self-value and providing value to your clients as well. Now, let's start with self-value. Now, self-value is a major problem within all business, and a lack of self-value is the problem. Now, I get messages every single day, and I see posts in social media marketing Facebook groups which show a complete lack of self-value within many agency owners around the world. For example, people who are taking on 2 free 3-month trials, so they're working for free for 2 or 3 months, or even a whole month you're working for free to try and prove your worth to a client. That shows a complete lack of self-value, and I'll move on to that in a moment. Or even, for instance, I got a message the other day from someone who I'd done a coaching call, and I was really frustrated with this person actually, so you know who you are if you're watching this. I'm not naming any names, but I got a message from someone who said to me that they had a meeting with a business owner, and they went in at the end of the meeting on a £1,500 service charge. That is what they quoted, that is what they thought they were worth when they went in for that meeting. Now, they said to me that the business owner bargained them down to £600. Like, they bargained them down to £600. There's no bargaining. As far as I'm concerned, within my agency, there is no bargaining. My price is my price. You can't bargain with me. You can't whittle me down. My price is my price. I know my worth. This is how much the service is going to cost you. It is worth this price, if not much more. That's what you're going to pay. You're not going to bargain me down, and especially not from £1,500 to £600. Now, that's like walking into a car garage. If you imagine you're going into a car garage today, you think, right, I'm going to buy myself a brand new Mercedes, and I'm going into Mercedes today, and I say a really nice SLK, a nice convertible on the forecourt. I say, excuse me, how much is that SLK sitting over there? And he says, that's £10,000. Oh Christ, that's expensive. Can't afford £10,000 for that. And he starts thinking, he's like, okay, no, we can do that for 9,000. I think we can get that done. So, nah, it's too expensive for me now. I've got things to pay for. Start walking out the door, and he says, okay, we'll do it for £6,000. Now, what's your reaction going to be? Okay, because you've just bargained that guy down. You've just whittled that guy down from £10,000 down to £6,000. That's almost half, that's 40% reduction of the actual price that you were going for. Exactly the same as what the guy doing my coaching call was. He went down from £1,000 down to £600. That's over half the original price he was going in for. Now, going back to the Mercedes, if you're in a garage and the owner said, okay, yeah, we'll drop the price from 10 down to 6, what are you going to start to think? What's going to be going through your mind? You're going to think, what's wrong with that car? Why are they dropping the price so much? Is the engine going to fall out when I'm driving home? Are the brakes going to stop working? And that's the exact same thing that the business owner is going to do to you. That's the exact same thing when you're sitting in front of a business owner trying to pitch your services. They're going to say the exact same, or they're going to be thinking the exact same thing. Why is this guy so desperate for my money? Why has he dropped his price so much? Is he not as good as he's saying he is? Does he not have the experience that he's saying is he or she? And you're going to fill their mind with doubts, and it's going to devalue your business so much. And it's not just going to devalue your business to them, but it's going to devalue your business to their whole circle. Now, business owners talk. I talk to other business owners, restaurant owners talk to other restaurant owners. They're all part of networking groups. They know other restaurant owners, and it's going to rub off, and it's going to negatively impact your business. Now, what do you think is going to happen when they're next in one of their networking meetings and they start to talk about their new business or their new social media guide? Actually, they're probably not going to talk about you at all, because you're going to be filling them with doubts. You're going to be putting doubts in their mind. You're going to be filling them with a lack of confidence in your service, because why would you drop your service price? At the end of the day, if you were confident with your service, if you were confident that you could make this company money, you would not drop your service price. Okay, so it rubs off so negatively, and I'm going around in circles now, but I'm trying to stress the importance. You cannot drop your pricing. Okay, if you want to bargain by £100 and bargain by £100, But do not drop yourself by more than that. Do not start dropping yourself by large figures. I myself, in my local area, I am known to be not the cheapest guy in my area. I'm known for that. Businesses know me, they know who I am, but that makes me desirable because they know that they are paying for value. They know they are paying for a high quality service, and my charges reflect the high level of service that I provide. Now, it's not just dropping your prices which negatively impacts your business, but it's also free trials as well. Now, those of you guys that have been on my channel for a while will know that when I first started my agency, I conducted one free trial. It was a 2-week free trial, and I demanded that the client spent £250 on adverts. That's absolutely fine. It's 2 weeks of your time at the start of your agency because you are openly saying to that business owner, I'm just starting out, but I want to prove to you what I can do for you. But if you're starting to take on 2-month, 3 months, even 1 month free trials, you're completely devaluing your business. You are coming across desperate again, okay? You're desperate for that service. You're desperate for their service charge. Like, it's not going to reflect well on your business at all, especially if you already have clients signed up, okay? You're just going to negatively impact yourself. People aren't going to think highly of you. You're not going to be seen as someone desirable, seen as someone who can provide high value. So again, I cannot stress the importance enough of knowing your self-worth and how can you fill yourself with self-worth? How can you remind yourself that you are a valuable person? Well, let's bring it down to the roots. Let's bring it down to what we are actually doing. What is social media marketing, okay? Forget the whole Facebook marketing, forget Google Analytics, forget Instagram, forget all of the social networks. Let's think about what we are actually trying to achieve here, okay? We are approaching businesses. Now listen very carefully. We are approaching businesses so we can make them more money, okay? We're approaching specifically businesses that we see holes, we see opportunities in, that we know that we can fill those opportunities and we can make them more money, okay? Now that is the undertone of all of my meetings, that's the undertone of all of my cold calls, that's the undertone of everything I do within my agency, okay? Business owners know that I am approaching them because I can make them more money per month, okay? Now when you start making someone money, you become somebody of value. You become worth money, okay? Now you need to remind yourself this. Now if you cannot remind yourself this, if you still feel this lack of self-value, then it boils down to your own self-doubts. You don't know, or you don't think that you can provide that company value. You don't think that you can make that company money. Now if you do have those self-doubts, even when you've reminded yourself of the reasons that you've started your business, then you need to look at the core reasons. You need to up your advert game. You need to up your marketing knowledge, okay? Do more research into Facebook ads, look into in-depth ad strategies like my Facebook ads course, take courses, read books until you are knowledgeable, until you are confident that you can provide results for a business, okay? You need to be confident that you can make them money, okay? Because you need to drum that self-value into yourself. You are someone of huge value when you can approach another business or you can approach anybody and tell them that you can make them more money per month. And that is why you should not drop your service charge, and that is why you should not be conducting large free trials at all, because you are worth so much more than that. Now, what else can we do? Going hand in hand with self-value, what else can we do to provide value in general, okay? Now, we want to provide value throughout our journey with a client, from the initial cold call through to the meeting. So how can you do this? Well, the easiest way to provide value to someone is by teaching them. Okay, now I do this in my cold call, and I do this in my meeting strategy as well. Now in my cold call, my teaching isn't very in-depth, it's very simple, and it only comes up if I face semi-rejections as such. If someone already says to me, okay, I've already got someone working on my social media, I've already got someone doing it, or we already post on our Facebook page. Now I myself, as my students will know, I only actually reach out to businesses that already have a Facebook page. It makes it a lot easier when reaching out to these businesses because they already understand the power of social media, but maybe they're not fully utilising it. So if I speak to a business owner and they say to me on the phone, yeah, but I'm not really interested in a meeting because I've already got someone doing our social media. I say, yeah, that's absolutely fine. I know you do, and I acknowledge the fact that I know they do. I know they do it themselves. But I don't know if you're aware, but your organic posting is basically obsolete because Facebook changed their algorithms in 2012 so that your organic posts only actually reach between 2 to 3% of the people that like your page. Now, this is a fact that 99% of people that use Facebook are unaware of. They just think that they post on Facebook and they're not getting any engagement because Facebook doesn't work. But they don't actually realise that their posts aren't getting engagement, their posts aren't getting response, they're not converting into sales because they're not actually being seen by their fan base because of the way Facebook algorithms work. And I say, look, Facebook did this because in turn they want to make more money, they want to push people towards paid advertisement. Now this is a way instantly, by teaching them something that they didn't know, you're instantly providing value, you're instantly building authority and coming across as an expert, and they're going to want to have a meeting with you. Okay, so you've just secured a meeting with a business owner by providing some value, by teaching them a tiny little snippet of information. Now what can you do in the meeting? Now if you haven't seen my meeting, how to prepare for a meeting video, then go watch it, because I've got on that video how I prepare for a meeting and a little bit about my presentation strategy as well. Now as you will know, throughout my presentation I provide value from start to finish. I show a business owner their Facebook page, I talk to them about what's wrong about their Facebook page and what's right about their page. I talk to them about other businesses in their local area, businesses that are doing well and why they're doing well. I show them in depth, well slightly in depth, Facebook targeting. So I talk to them about how you can target on Facebook. I show them how you do that, how you can select a geographical area, and I teach them in general about Facebook's ad manager and the whole platform really. I then talk to them about in-depth ad strategies and give them some ideas on what I could do for them, whilst talking about solving all of their problems. And this is a trending pattern throughout my meeting. I teach them throughout this meeting. Now, when you teach someone, let's think back to your school days or your college days or your university days. When you're teaching someone, when someone is teaching you someone, you instantly respect them, okay? Maybe you're a naughty boy in school, you played up, fine, naughty kid, whatever. You played up, but you did respect that teacher because they knew more than you. They were knowledgeable. Okay. Now, all you have to be in a meeting with a business owner, when you're conducting a social media marketing meeting, all you have to be is one step ahead of that business owner. You may only just be getting started. Okay. But as long as you've trained yourself, as long as you've taught yourself about Facebook ads, you only need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of that business owner to be able to come across as someone of value, to be able to provide value, to be able to come across as an expert, because you know things that that business owner doesn't know. Okay, so teach them the very basics. Teach them the very basics in the meeting. Talk to them about Facebook targeting. Screenshot Facebook ad platform and teach them about it. Teach them about how targeting works and how powerful it can be. And what you're going to do is you're going to instantly gain their respect. They're going to see you as someone of authority. You're going to build authority. You're going to be able to control that meeting, and it's going to completely transform your client acquisition rates, okay? And your agency growth rates. Is going to have such a positive impact on your business. Now, if you go into a business, if you go into a meeting with a business owner and you let them control that meeting and you don't teach them, you're not providing value, they're acting like they know more than you, then they're going to dominate you and you are not going to get the sale. You need to teach a business owner. You need to come across as an expert, as someone of value, and the best way to do that, as I've said for the millionth time, is teaching. Now, what this is also going to do, and interestingly, a fact for you guys just before I say that, a fact for you guys, 40% of my clients, like honestly 40% of my clients, and actually like 90% of my last 6 clients, 5 out of 6 of them were referrals, okay? I get so many referrals within my business. In fact, I've turned down a lot of referrals recently because I want to go for the high ticket clients now, people who can pay me £5,000 a month plus, okay? Just very high value clients. But so many of my clients have been from referrals, and that's because I have such a great relationship with all of my clients, because I provide so much value to them. They respect me so much. So they speak to me. I feel like a business consultant. I was only saying this to someone. I had a coaching call this morning. I was saying this to someone earlier. I feel like a business consultant, more like a business consultant to my clients, and I do a social media manager, because they call me up and they talk to me about all aspects of their business, things that are completely unrelated to their social media strategy. But that's because I have provided value to them time and time again. Every single time I speak to these clients, I provide value to them and I teach them something new, and they have the utmost respect for me. Now, because of that, they tell their friends, they tell other business owners in the area how great I am, how knowledgeable I am, how much I have done for their business, how much I've transformed their sales. And in turn, I get people approaching me. I say, hey, Jane spoke to me last week. She said that you've been doing her social media. She spoke really highly of you, and I'd really like to get a meeting with you. And they're coming to me. I'm setting meetings, and I would contribute 40% of my success, if not more, than 2 referrals, 2 the fact that I've provided value throughout my journey, and it has completely transformed the way that I've been able to grow, completely transformed my growth rates. Now, as you guys will know, if this is the first time you're watching this video, if it's the first time you're watching me in general, if you don't know already, I signed up 12 clients within my first 4 to 5 months of launching my agency. Now that's a huge growth rate, and that all comes down to providing values in my meetings. Now, I would not be able to sign even half of those clients without providing value and knowing my own self-worth. So I'm going around in circles a little bit now, so I'm going to cut this video now, but I just want to remind you guys that you are someone of huge value. You are reaching out to these businesses because you can make them thousands and thousands of pounds extra revenue per month. So you're providing huge value for them, and that makes you an incredibly valuable person. So that's the end of this video, guys. If you liked it, then share it with someone. If you're not subscribed already, then smash that notification button and subscribe. And I'll be back again at the start of next week. Cheers.